This is my current resin printing setup, and what we need is something a whole lot better. Hi, welcome back to the channel. My name's Luke, and in this video we're going through how I'm changing this entire resin printing setup into something that's more practical and permanent in my workshop. Now, as you can see, it has taken over my entire workbench, and I need my workbench back. So in this video I'm going to be taking you through building a shelving unit, something similar to this one, and adding it onto the wall that's currently right here. I'm going to be adding everything that I need, from gloves to working respirators and trays and anything I'm going to need to resin print, all contained onto one shelf, so I'm not searching for something while I've got resin all over my hands. So let's get to it. Alright, so this is the wall that the shelf will be going on. So the plan is just to get the identical shelf as of this one, move this over a little bit, and then just build it and put it straight up. So I'm thinking of potentially putting the printer on the middle shelf to give it enough clearance for the opening head, the wash and cure station on maybe the bottom level or up from the bottom just to play it safe, and then just all the tools and materials roughly in the middle or up the top just for super easy access. So the first thing we're going to do is go to the store and get the shelf. Now, I completely forgot to show what shelf I got, so I ended up getting the Pinnacle Hardware 5 tier. Now, they are completely different size to the one I actually currently own, but I think I'm going to test it. It might be beneficial seeing that the back of it goes out quite a fair way, and this gives me a little bit more room to play with. Now, they're the same length and there's the same amount of shelves, but we're going to see now. Okay, so now we've got the shelf kind of up, we've got the printer on and the cleaning and the air purifier. Now, I've only put these there temporarily. I'm pretty sure that's where they'll stay. I got to figure out where I want to put the resin. I'm not really sure at the moment. If anyone has any good ideas of where I could store this, I was thinking potentially just up on the top shelf, or I try and lower this shelf down a little bit and I can put resin in there. But I've got a pegboard now that I'm going to aim to mount sideways. This way I've still got all these little other bits and pieces, so like the dyes and some cleaning solutions, paper towel, gloves, and this wrap stuff and all the tongs and all that sort of tools. So the next plan is we're just going to get this up and see what it looks like. Alright, so well, I did a time lapse of me putting this up, but I did it in about 5 minutes, so the time lapse is like half a second. But I've got this up, it's mounted, and it is also removable. So I think the plan is now is just to sort of sort through all of those. I've got some clips that will go on, and I'm just going to play around and see. I'm also going to put stuff on this bottom shelf and just sort of see how it feels. Obviously, resin printing, you're going to need to keep clean pretty much the entire time. So I want tools that I'm using the most, like super easy to access, and any tools that I need down there. I might try and get some magnets that go on the side of the metal shelves, but yeah, we'll see. Let's now try and arrange something, but yeah. Alright, so this is pretty much the shelf in its entirety. I've got boxes up the top, I've got the printer and the cleaning stuff in the middle, I've got any like extra materials that I might need in the middle, and then the wash and cure station and an air purifier at the bottom. Now, the printer, the wash and cure station and the air purifier are all by Elegoo. That's the Saturn 4 Ultra, the Mars wash and cure station, and the Mars air purifier. The bottom shelf is pretty self-explanatory. There's really not much to it. It's just wash and then straight into the curing station. And the air purifier is just hooked up to the Saturn 4 Ultra, which I have had absolutely no problems with. This has been, besides that, an absolute workhorse of a machine. I have got resin printed parts over there. I've got parts over there. I've got parts for Captain America helmet. And it has only failed me twice, both of them being my fault. So it has been an absolute incredible printer. It's not sponsored by Elegoo, this video, but if you're in the market for a resin printer, I would definitely recommend this one. So starting with the middle shelf, I've just got some of these metal barbecue trays that have been super helpful for putting resin in, supports in, and then I just put them outside and then let them cure, then dispose of them correctly. I've then got the drip tray for this printer itself. I've then got some of this like cleaning film stuff from Monocure 3D. This stuff's been really helpful so far, wrapping around like bottles and handles and tongs and stuff that you're most likely going to be using and might get resin on it. You can put this stuff on it, get the resin on this, then remove it and chuck this out and then reapply it so that the tool itself doesn't actually get resin all over it. Then I've just got the tool kit that came with the printer and then a set of scales for mixing resins and dyes and stuff. And then up to the top shelf, I've just got a Monocure 3D silicone mat, really any silicone mat. I know that the Wham Bam ones, quite a few people use them. Then, like I said, I've got the 2 metal trays, dripping resins and supports, along with the resins, which are currently sitting there, but we'll find a better spot at some point in time. And then up to the pegboard, I've just got a little bit of paper towel for cleaning, along with some water, some Monocure dyes, which I've used a couple of times in my Captain America helmet, so stay tuned on that. Then I've just got some tongs for taking stuff out of the washing station, the scraper that came with the printer just to remove stuff off the build plate. I've really enjoyed using these. These just are super helpful to clean the vat and maybe pull resin out of tight spaces. Some snips for pulling the supports off. Funnel for putting back into the resin from the vat into the bottle, and some strainers as well, just in case of like failed supports. And then this last is the spray bottle, which I put a little bit of Monocure resin away, which is the cleaning solution I use. This is instead of IPA. It also has a mint flavor, so it's nice. And I've really enjoyed using it so far. The only disadvantage is it comes out a little bit slimy from prints. So that's why I have the water, and that just removes the like resin away super easy, and it doesn't really get any more slimy. So if you use resin away or are thinking of using it, I would definitely recommend getting paper towel and water, because that I have found the best way to remove the sliminess off the prints. So kind of that's pretty much it for the whole thing. So just, yeah, tools, printer, workstation, tools and utensils, and then the rest of the stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's pretty much it for this video. I just wanted to document the whole process of me moving my resin printing station to something a bit more permanent, that's in sort of that workflow of finishing helmets and props. Now, this is probably going to change, knowing me. When I add printers, remove printers, change parts, pieces, resins, anything. So you head over to my Instagram. That's most likely where I will keep things up to date with all my resin printing stuff. But thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope it helped some of you out, and you have a good day.